live from the Benekiva studios.
Woohoo!
So my name is Bobby Srivastav, and this is our episode 2 of Happy Fridays.
Yes.
Happy
yes.
Friday.
Happy Friday, guys.
Happy Friday.
So what we'll do is we'll introduce each other first, and then we'll figure out who wants to share their happy story, and we'll each share first a happy story, whether it's work related or personal.
Yep.
So I think I already introduced myself.
Yep. I'm Brent Williams, founder and CEO of Benekiva.
I am Brett Fulmer, U.S. Ambassador for Fineo, and in charge of property casualty at Maxwell Agency.
And I am Nick Lamparelli, huge Benekiva fan, Chief Underwriting Officer for Rethought Insurance, and podcaster at Coverager.
Yep. That's awesome.
So who wants to go first with their happy story?
I'll go first. We've got some. I've got two, so I'm gonna shake the rules up a little bit. I've got one business, one personal. So the business is Benekiva officially landed our second Tier 1 sized carrier this week. We got the news yesterday, and what's interesting about this is I had a phone conversation with them last week, and we went through the whole RFI process, and then they narrowed it down to 3, and then narrowed it down to 1. And I spoke with them last week, and they said, because of COVID, we're going to push off our decision a little bit. And so we were not expecting an answer whatsoever for at least a month. And all of a sudden I log into my email and boom, there it is. You guys, congratulations, you guys were chosen. And so that was some pretty good, happy news for us and the Benekiva team. On a personal note, I think every executive, whether it's CEO or CFO or whatever, every upper executive, I think they have what they call these little side pet projects that they work on. And so I presented one to the team here recently on a charitable side of Benekiva, and we're all dog lovers and animal lovers on our team, and so there's this nonprofit here in our town in Indianola, Iowa, called Kayakota Humane Society, and basically what it is it's a no-kill shelter for dogs and cats, and we decided to build them a fully custom shelter management system to where they can literally digitize their entire process of managing dogs and cats that are in the shelter. You can go online and see pictures of them, hear their story. You can apply for adoption right there. Everything mobile. You can do anything and everything from any device. And so we officially launched that, and I was a little proud of that because, that's, kind of the pet project of Brent. So I did that without Bobby's help. So,
You did good.
Coded? You coded?
What's that?
You coded?
No, I'm an orchestrator. I can orchestrate.
On the product side, it was blessed.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I was like, dang, that was pretty good. You did
Cool.
good.
Vet tech, hashtag vet tech.
So those are my two happy stories. One is charitable and one is business, but they both made me happy this week. So that's what kind of kept my week going this week.
How long were you in discussions with your Tier 1 company? Just to give someone that's listening, give them an idea of how long it takes. Yeah.
Typically, I tell anybody if you're going to work with Tier 1s, you need to expect for 18 to 24 months sales process. It's a long sales process. Now, fortunately for us, we shrunk that sales process quite a bit just because of our offering and how quick we can get our offering up and running. And so I would say we started talking to them, I would say the middle
of last year.
Yeah, first quarter or second quarter of 2019. So it took about a year to go through the entire process, but
a couple of leadership change in between.
Yep.
So pepper that around.
Yeah.
That makes it even more impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good news to hear. Like I said, I truly wasn't expecting to hear till probably third, maybe even fourth quarter of 2020 with the whole COVID situation. But yeah, it's crazy. And they reached out yesterday and then reached out today and set up next step meetings. And so, I mean, it's moving very quickly. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome news, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right.
Okay. So last week was business oriented. I think I do enough business now. I think I could do a business one every week. So I'll pass on that because on Monday, so we hadn't gone grocery shopping in a while because, the general fear of doing that. So we had been ordering delivery, and surprisingly, Walmart's been very good at that. But our delivery last week got canceled. And once it gets canceled, that's it. They don't try to resurrect it. You don't get a partial fill. So Monday came and there was, we're struggling with what are we going to eat around here? So we get to dinner time and it's like, okay, we put the kids to sleep. Let's just get takeout. Right. So there's a restaurant down here in Florida, fast food restaurant called Culver's that has pretty good burgers. So we ordered from them. And of course, we just moved here to Florida, so I can't find my wallet.
Yeah.
And my wife says, just go in my pocketbook and take my card. So I reached in, first card I saw, I took, go to Culver's, I order, and they swipe the card and it only partially goes through. I'm not sure why it partially went through, but it partially went through. They told me, but they thought it went through. They told me to go to parking spot 2, which I did. And all of a sudden this nice young lady comes up and says, I'm sorry, it only partially went through. Do you have another card? So I tried another card. That also didn't work for whatever reason. And the second time she came back, she said, okay, you're all set. She gives me my food. I'm like, oh, it finally went through. Good, because I just checked the account and there's plenty of money there. And she's just like, no, it didn't, but one of the employees made up the difference for you. So that was my happy story was, and it was only a few bucks. I mean, but still, in this day and age and, people that work at, those kinds of institutions aren't necessarily known for making executive pay. That he reached into his pocket and did that was my happy moment. My wife and I have decided to match his match times 10, just as gratitude for what he did. So that was my happy moment. But the really interesting part of the story is his name is Malachi. So I'm not sure if I'm dealing with Children of the Corn type of thing or whatever.
I remember that show.
So, but I gotta meet this guy. So thank you, Malachi. I appreciate it. It was a great burger.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Culver's is awesome. We have Culver's here too, Nick. So when you come to Iowa, we can go to Culver's.
Okay.
But they're always so wonderful. They've got great people there. That's a great story. And Bobby, we'll have to tag Culver's on this so that they get a shout out as well. Cool. That's a cool story. All right, who's next?
For that, I'll jump in. So with social distancing, everyone's feeling a little disconnected, isolated, and it is tough for sure. Kind of a happy accident, just doing an InsurTech happy hour with some friends. Lance set up poker yesterday for the insurance nerds. That was a great time. With Fineo, they do their best. They've got me out there twice. Usually I'm just a laptop while the meeting's going on. They're spinning it around. With everybody being remote, just feel way more dialed in with everyone. People are seeing my face for the first time. They're new hires since my last visit. So it's funny that it took social distancing to get more ingrained with my insurance nerds, Fineo community. And we've always been pretty tech driven at Maxwell Agency. So we've been able to do everything just fine remote too. So, that side of it's been nice for sure. And a pleasant surprise.
Awesome.
So Brett, the most important question of the day, who won in poker? Because I'm joining you guys next time.
Justin Goodman tried to warn us. He's like, yeah, my brother Jordan's going to clear you out. And he just came and wrecked shop. So watch out for Jordan Goodman if anybody's playing digital poker from Total CSR. So he delivered. Super fun, though. Yeah, that'd be great, Bobby.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I will go with my story. So this, I told Nick that I think I'm gonna totally geek out. So just kind of be patient with this. So this is a business one. So I got a email from one of our clients saying we've implemented them and they're just cleaning up some items, and they had a list of uh, plan codes that they weren't able to use Benekiva just because we hadn't configured it. And it was a good list. It was like over 140 items.
Yeah.
And she's like, Bobby, it's really priority. It took me a while. It's a priority. If you can put this if you can prioritize this, that would be awesome. So I looked at this list and literally I kind of said, I told myself, I said, I'm going to just configure this, and our customers are expecting at this point, they know it's not months, they know it's not weeks, they're thinking days. So I did it in minutes. And I said to her, go to your production stage environment. And if you're okay with it, I'll just push it to production in the evening, like our typical rollout. She went in there and everything worked. And she was so excited. And if I think about the impact was for them, it was pretty big because everybody's working from home. This was the only piece that was paper for them, was ability to quote and do all the digital documentation piece. And they really were trying to get me this list for a few weeks, and they just did it, and we did it in minutes. So, and then she added another one all of a sudden. That she's like, oh, I know how to, like, I want to know how you did that. So I showed it to her. She did it in prod stage. She pushed it to prod. So just, it made me feel happy that, they're not stuck in paper. They're not taking, long time to process these claims. It was so automatic, and I felt so geeky and happy at the same time. I was like, I did it in minutes. I didn't do it in hours or days. It took me minutes to do it. So.
And I want to expand on that because, when Bobby says it was like 100, it was like 134 separate policy plan codes. So we're talking 134 separate types of policies. And to literally be able to configure the Benekiva system in minutes for 134 different types of policies, I don't know anybody else who can do that.
We were so happy. I think it felt so good. It felt like, I don't know how, I can't even imagine how to share what I felt like. I almost cried. I was like, oh my God, this is so easy. Like, why did they wait so long? Like, the first thing was like, why did they wait so long? And then I was like, here you go. You're done. Now let me push it to production so you don't have to worry about this.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome news.
Well, great week. Some great happy stories.
Brett, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the invite, guys. It's awesome.
Okay, until next week with another guest and more happy stories.
Happy weekend.
Have a good week.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for the time.
Upper pause.
Okay, one more.